Number 1. This 1978 Pontiac Firebird Formula, offered at $17,500 and located in Greensburg, Indiana, is presented as a strong, largely original example that retains the character and performance appeal that made the Formula models so desirable in the late 1970s. The seller describes the car as very nice and powerful, emphasizing that it remains just a small step away from being truly immaculate. As a Formula, it benefits from the sport-oriented package that set it apart from standard Firebirds, blending aggressive styling with factory performance intent. The overall impression is that of a well-preserved driver-quality car that has not been over-restored or heavily altered, making it especially attractive to enthusiasts who value originality combined with usability. Under the hood, this Firebird Formula is equipped with the optional LM1350 cubic inch V8, a desirable engine choice that delivers strong, reliable performance while remaining true to the car's factory configuration. The seller notes that the drivetrain is numbers matching, an important detail that adds credibility and long-term value, especially for collectors who prioritize authenticity. The engine is described as strong, reinforcing the idea that this car is mechanically sound at its core. With its original type power plant still in place, this Firebird represents an increasingly uncommon opportunity to acquire a late 1970s Pontiac Muscle-era survivor that has not been swapped, modified beyond recognition, or stripped of its original identity. Mechanically, the car is said to need only minor attention to reach a higher level of refinement. The seller mentions that it requires either a new carburetor or a rebuild of the existing one, along with the replacement of a couple of suspension bushings. These needs are characterized as light TLC rather than major restoration work, suggesting that the fundamentals are solid and that the issues are typical wear items rather than signs of neglect. For a hands-on owner, these straightforward improvements offer the chance to quickly elevate the car's driving manners and overall presentation without the expense or downtime associated with major mechanical or cosmetic restoration. The asking price is stated as firm at $17,500, reflecting the seller's confidence in the car's condition, originality, and potential. Trades are welcome, though the seller clearly notes that the trade value is considered to be closer to $20,000, further underscoring how this Firebird is positioned in the current market. Once sorted with the minor mechanical updates it needs, this 1978 Pontiac Firebird Formula stands as an excellent example of a numbers-matching V8-powered classic that bridges the gap between vintage muscle and usable classic performance. For buyers seeking an honest, strong-running Firebird with real upside and without the headaches of a major project, this example offers a compelling combination of authenticity, drivability, and long-term value. Number 2. This 1964 Chevrolet Chevelle El Camino, offered at $25,000 and located in Granville, Ohio, is presented as a highly appealing classic that combines unmistakable early 60s styling with a unique utility and personality that only an El Camino can deliver. Showing 73,897 original miles, this example stands out as a largely honest survivor that still retains the kind of presence and character enthusiasts look for in a vintage Chevrolet. The seller emphasizes that it runs and drives exceptionally well, noting that it sounds amazing, which suggests a drivetrain that has been properly maintained and enjoyed rather than neglected. With its distinctive body lines and car-truck hybrid design, this El Camino represents an era when Chevrolet blended performance, practicality, and style into one unmistakable package. From a mechanical standpoint, this El Camino is described as being in strong driving condition, making it more than just a static showpiece. The fact that it runs and drives reliably means it can be enjoyed immediately, while any cosmetic improvements are planned over time. It is fitted with 4 brand-new matching tires, an important detail that not only improves the overall look of the vehicle but also enhances road safety and drivability for the next owner. The seller's description suggests that this is a vehicle meant to be driven and appreciated, not one that requires extensive mechanical sorting before it can be enjoyed on the road. Structurally, the car is said to have no rust, which is a major selling point for a 1964 El Camino, as corrosion is often the most difficult and expensive issue to address on vehicles of this vintage. The body was repainted in an attractive shade of blue that complements the classic lines very well, giving the vehicle a fresh and eye-catching appearance from a distance. However, the seller is transparent in noting that the paint quality itself was not done to a high standard, and the finish is beginning to show bubbles and flaking in certain areas. This honesty positions the car as an excellent candidate for either a future high-quality repaint or for continued enjoyment as is, without fear of damaging a perfect show finish. The seller notes that financing is available, widening the pool of potential buyers, and also addresses price expectations directly by responding to the common question of, "What's your lowest price?" with a figure of $22,000. This indicates some flexibility while still reinforcing the value of the vehicle. With its original mileage, rust-free body, strong running condition, and undeniable cool factor, this 1964 Chevrolet Chevelle El Camino offers a rare opportunity to own a classic that blends style, history, and usability. Whether the next owner chooses to refine the cosmetics or simply enjoy it as a head-turning driver, this El Camino stands out as a compelling and charismatic classic that is ready to be appreciated. Number 3. This 1977 AMC AMX, offered at $8,700 and located in Merrick, New York, is presented as a solid, original, and highly authentic example of a genuinely rare American performance car from the late 1970s. The seller emphasizes that this is a real AMX verified by its VIN coding, an important distinction that immediately separates it from standard Hornet-based clones or tributes. As AMC's final use of the AMX nameplate, this model represents a unique chapter in American Motors history, combining compact proportions with aggressive styling and factory performance intent. The overall impression is that of a true survivor that has managed to retain its originality and character in a market where many comparable cars have been heavily modified or lost to time. The body is described as solid and largely retaining its original paint, with the exception of the doors, suggesting that the majority of the exterior still reflects its factory finish. This level of originality is increasingly difficult to find, particularly on AMX models, which were often driven hard or altered over the years. The seller's description implies that the structure has been well preserved, reinforcing its appeal as a strong foundation for continued preservation or light cosmetic refinement. Rather than being over-restored, this AMX appears to present honestly, allowing its survivor status and factory details to remain visible and appreciated. Inside, the interior condition is highlighted as exceptionally clean, with perfect seats, a well-preserved headliner, and an intact dash, all of which are major positives for a vehicle of this age. Interior components for AMC models can be difficult to source, making originality and condition especially valuable. This car is equipped with factory tachometer and gauge package, aluminum wheels, and factory air conditioning, adding both desirability and comfort. The inclusion of original details such as the spare tire and jack further supports the claim that this AMX has been carefully kept and not pieced together over time. As a complete and well-optioned example, this 1977 AMC AMX stands out as a rare opportunity for collectors and enthusiasts who appreciate originality, documentation, and honest condition. With its VIN-confirmed authenticity, clean interior, solid body, and retained factory features, it offers strong appeal whether the goal is to preserve it as a survivor, lightly improve it for weekend driving, or simply enjoy owning a distinctive piece of AMC history. In a segment where values continue to rise for rare and unmolested examples, this AMX represents an increasingly uncommon chance to acquire a real, original car at a still accessible price point. Number 4. This 1971 Chevrolet Malibu Chevelle, offered at $9,900 and located in Grants Pass, Oregon, is presented as a solid and largely complete classic project that retains many of the foundational qualities enthusiasts look for when starting a proper build. The seller is clear that this is not an SS model, positioning it honestly as a Malibu, yet it still carries the timeless second-generation Chevelle body style that remains highly desirable. While it is currently missing an engine and transmission, the car is described as having very minimal rust overall, which is often the most critical and costly hurdle with cars of this era. The straightforward, what you see is what you get, approach reinforces that this is an honest project, offered without exaggeration, and backed by a clear Oregon title already in hand for a smooth transfer to the next owner. From a chassis and mechanical foundation standpoint, This Malibu offers several appealing attributes that make it an excellent starting point for restoration or customization. It was originally equipped with a small block Chevrolet engine and TH350 automatic transmission, and it still retains its 10-bolt rear end, making it compatible with a wide range of readily available drivetrain options. The car is equipped with a factory front disc brake setup, a valuable upgrade for safety and drivability compared to earlier drum-only systems. It currently sits on Corvette rally wheels, with 15x7 fronts and wider 15x8 wheels in the rear, giving it a muscular stance that already hints at its potential once fully assembled and back on the road. The body and structure are described as being in commendable condition for a 1971 Chevelle, especially considering its age and project status. The floors are largely solid, with only a small hole noted in the driver's side floor pan, along with a localized rust spot above the passenger side rear wheel. The trunk floor is reported to be solid as well, showing only surface rust rather than structural damage, which is a significant plus. All of the glass is intact and free of cracks, saving the next owner the difficulty and expense of sourcing replacement glass. While the exterior paint is acknowledged to be poor, this is framed more as a cosmetic issue than a structural one, allowing the buyer to decide whether to refinish it properly or focus first on mechanical completion. Inside, the car retains its back seat and a bench front seat, along with all interior trim and various miscellaneous pieces stored inside, suggesting a level of completeness that many project cars lack. These original interior components provide a strong base for either restoration or refurbishment, and their presence reduces the need for costly parts hunting. The car also features 1972-style turn signals, though it is confirmed to be a true 1971 model, a minor detail that will matter most to purists but is easily addressed if desired. Offered as a cash-only sale with no trades and no need for selling assistance, this Malibu represents a clean, rust-minimal Chevelle project with solid bones, clear paperwork, and strong potential for anyone looking to build a classic muscle-era Chevrolet their own way. Number 5. This 1978 Ford LTD two-door hardtop, offered at $5,500 and located in Campbellsville, Kentucky, is presented as a well-kept and highly usable classic that blends full-size American comfort with understated late 1970s style. The seller describes the car as beautiful both inside and out, suggesting a vehicle that has been cared for rather than merely preserved. With its clean hardtop profile and two-door configuration, this LTD carries a more desirable and sporty appearance compared to its four-door counterparts, while still delivering the smooth ride and spacious feel that defined Ford's large cars of the era. Showing just 89,000 miles, this example stands out as an honest survivor that appears to have been maintained with regular use in mind rather than left sitting or deteriorating over time. Under the hood, the car is powered by a 351 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission, a proven and durable combination known for smooth power delivery and long-term reliability. The seller notes that the car is easy on fuel for its size and class, making it a practical choice for someone who wants a classic that can still be driven regularly without excessive operating costs. A fresh oil change has recently been completed, reinforcing the impression that this LTD has been kept road-ready and serviced as needed. The drivetrain is described as strong and well-suited for everyday driving, positioning this car as more than just a weekend cruiser or showpiece. Comfort and drivability are major highlights of this Ford LTD, as the interior is described as being in super nice condition, reflecting careful ownership and minimal wear for a car of its age. Both the air conditioning and heating systems are said to function properly, with cold air for warm weather driving and hot heat for colder conditions, making the car comfortable year-round. These details are especially important for buyers seeking a classic that can handle longer trips without sacrificing comfort. The smooth ride quality, combined with the spacious interior and quiet cruising nature typical of the LTD, makes it well suited for highway driving and extended journeys. Additional recent updates include new tires and wheels, which not only enhance the overall appearance of the car but also contribute to its roadworthiness and safety. The seller describes this LTD as a daily driver and a really nice driving car, emphasizing that it is ready for long trips without the need for immediate work or sorting. Offered at an accessible price point, This 1978 Ford LTD two-door hardtop represents an appealing opportunity for anyone looking to enjoy classic American V8 motoring with comfort, reliability, and style. With its relatively low mileage, strong mechanical condition, and well-kept interior, it stands as a practical and enjoyable classic that can be driven and appreciated right away. Number 6. This 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle SS, offered at $38,500 and located in Temperance, Michigan, is presented as a true super sport example with serious performance credentials and unmistakable muscle car presence. Identified as a genuine 138 VIN car, this Chevelle carries the authenticity that collectors and enthusiasts place high value on, separating it clearly from tributes or clones. The seller describes the car as a nice, solid example, suggesting a strong structural foundation that supports both its power and its drivability. With its aggressive stance and iconic 1967 styling, this Chevelle SS represents one of the most sought-after combinations in the muscle car world, blending factory pedigree with modernized performance capability. At the heart of this Chevelle is a formidable 427 cubic inch V8 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, a combination that delivers an estimated 680 horsepower. Despite these impressive figures, the seller emphasizes that the car remains very street-friendly, indicating that the power has been put together in a way that allows for real-world enjoyment rather than being limited to trailer duty or short bursts. The manual transmission reinforces the raw, engaging driving experience that defines classic muscle cars, while the big block power plant ensures instant throttle response and unmistakable sound. This setup makes the car equally suitable for cruising, spirited driving, or commanding attention at any gathering of performance enthusiasts. Mechanically, the car is described as having everything new, pointing to a comprehensive approach to reliability and performance rather than piecemeal upgrades. This suggests that major systems have been addressed with the intention of creating a dependable, turnkey vehicle that can be driven with confidence. Rather than presenting a partially sorted project, this Chevelle SS appears to have been fully dialed in mechanically, reducing the uncertainty often associated with high-horsepower classic cars. The focus on mechanical freshness adds significant value, as it allows the next owner to enjoy the car immediately without the need for additional major investment or troubleshooting. Offered strictly as a cash sale with no trades, the asking price reflects both the car's authenticity and the extensive performance work that has been invested into it. As a real SS with big block power, a 4-speed transmission, and a reputation for being both powerful and manageable on the street, this 1967 Chevrolet Chevelle SS occupies a desirable space in the market. It appeals to buyers who want the look, sound, and feel of a true muscle-era icon, but with the confidence that comes from updated mechanicals and thoughtful execution. In an era where genuine, well-built SS cars continue to command strong interest, this example stands out as a compelling blend of pedigree, performance, and usability. Number 7. This 1966 Oldsmobile Cutlass, offered at $35,000 and located in Huntingdon Valley, Pennsylvania, is presented as a beautifully built and seriously fast classic that blends refined styling with substantial performance upgrades. The seller describes the car as both beautiful and fast, and the overall presentation supports that claim, positioning this Cutlass as a high-quality street machine rather than a rough project or unfinished build. Finished in a striking black cherry paint that remains in good condition, the car delivers strong visual impact while retaining the timeless mid-1960s Oldsmobile body lines. It is described as being in perfect operating condition, with the confidence that it can be driven anywhere from day one, underscoring its turnkey nature and real-world usability. Powering this Cutlass is a formidable Oldsmobile 455 cubic inch V8 that has been bored .030 over and thoughtfully upgraded for street performance. The engine features ported C heads, a mild comp cam that balances strong power with street-friendly manners, and an HEI distributor for reliable ignition. Air and fuel are managed through an Edelbrock intake manifold feeding a rebuilt quadrajet carburetor, creating a combination known for both performance and drivability. Cooling has been thoroughly addressed with an aluminum radiator, a high-flow water pump, and dual electric fans, ensuring the engine remains stable even in demanding conditions. This setup reflects a build focused on reliability and longevity, not just raw horsepower numbers. The drivetrain and supporting systems further reinforce the car's readiness and performance orientation. A rebuilt TH400 automatic transmission handles the power with confidence, making the car easy and enjoyable to drive in a wide range of conditions. Front disc brakes provide improved stopping power compared to original drum setups, adding an important layer of safety and control. Under the hood, custom Oldsmobile valve covers and chrome serpentine pulleys add visual appeal while hinting at the level of detail invested in the build. Rolling on 17-inch American Racing torque thrust wheels, the car achieves a tasteful modern stance without losing its classic muscle-era identity. Inside, the Cutlass features a custom audio system and an interior that is described as being in good shape overall, though the seller notes that it will need a refresh in the near future to match the exterior and mechanical condition. Additionally, the trunk rubber seal and some door seals are due for replacement, representing minor finishing details rather than major shortcomings. These needs are relatively small when weighed against the car's strong mechanical condition and overall presentation. As offered, this 1966 Oldsmobile Cutlass represents a compelling opportunity for a buyer seeking a powerful, well-sorted classic that delivers serious performance, strong visual appeal, and the confidence of immediate enjoyment, all while still offering room for light cosmetic refinement to make it truly exceptional. Number 8. This 1965 Ford Falcon Futura project, offered at $2,000 and located in Watkins Glen, New York, is presented as an honest, budget-friendly classic intended for practical enjoyment rather than full-scale restoration. The seller is clear in setting expectations, emphasizing that this is a project car and not a pristine or fully restorable example, which makes the description refreshingly straightforward. As a Falcon Futura, it carries the clean, compact mid-1960s Ford styling that remains appealing and easy to work with, especially for enthusiasts looking for an affordable entry into vintage motoring. With a clean title in hand and a firm asking price, this Falcon is positioned as a usable, low-cost classic for someone who wants to drive and tinker without fear of damaging a high-dollar car. Power comes from a 200 cubic inch inline-six engine paired with what the seller believes to be a C4 automatic transmission, a combination known for simplicity, reliability, and ease of maintenance. Originally, the car was equipped with a 3-on-the-tree manual, adding an interesting note to its history. The engine and transmission are both listed among the positives, and the car is said to run and drive, making it functional rather than just a rolling shell. Mechanical updates include new brakes and a number of extra new parts included with the sale, which can help offset future maintenance costs. The convertible top is described as being like new and fully operational, a significant bonus that adds enjoyment and value, especially for warm weather cruising. Condition-wise, the seller openly acknowledges both strengths and weaknesses. The interior has received new carpet, and while the front seat does have a tear, the overall presentation is serviceable for a driver-grade car. Structurally, there is plenty of rust underneath, and the floors were previously patched by an earlier owner, making this a car that shows its age and history rather than hiding it. The most serious issue noted is rust in the rear driver's side subframe area, specifically around the leaf spring hanger, which needs to be cut out and properly patched. Additionally, the emergency brake cables need to be replaced, both items being clearly identified so the next owner knows exactly where attention is required. The seller's intent is clear. This Falcon is meant to be fixed just enough to enjoy for a couple of years rather than transformed into a show car. For $2,000, the buyer receives the car with its original wheels and factory hubcaps, reinforcing its classic character. There is also an option to include newer wheels and tires for a total price of $3,000, offering flexibility depending on the buyer's preferences. With too many projects already in progress, the seller is ready to pass this one along to someone who will put it to use. As offered, this 1965 Ford Falcon Futura represents a realistic, no-nonsense classic that runs, drives, and invites hands-on ownership, making it an appealing choice for someone seeking inexpensive vintage fun with eyes wide open about its condition. Number 9. This 1979 Chevrolet Corvette, offered at $24,800 and located in Conowingo, Maryland, is presented as a beautifully maintained example finished in an all-black color combination that perfectly suits the late C3 body style. The exterior is described as black over a matching black interior, creating a sleek and aggressive appearance that highlights the Corvette's sculpted lines and classic proportions. The seller emphasizes that the car has been garage-kept, which is reflected in its overall presentation and condition. With its removable glass T-tops, front and rear spoilers, and aluminum wheels, this Corvette delivers both the iconic look and the open-air driving experience that made these cars so popular when new and continues to define their appeal today. Under the hood, this Corvette is powered by a ZZ4 crate engine, providing significantly more power than the original factory engine configuration. This upgrade transforms the driving experience, offering stronger acceleration and improved performance while maintaining street-friendly reliability. The ZZ4 is well known for its balance of horsepower and durability, making it a desirable choice for enthusiasts who want modern performance in a classic chassis. Paired with power steering and power brakes, the car is designed to be driven and enjoyed rather than simply displayed, combining enhanced power with confident control and comfortable cruising characteristics. The interior is well equipped and thoughtfully preserved, with the seats having been reupholstered to restore both comfort and appearance. Features include a tilt and telescopic steering column, power windows, power door locks, air conditioning, and a rear window defogger, all of which contribute to a refined and user-friendly driving environment. These factory-style convenience options make the car especially appealing to buyers who want a classic Corvette that still offers modern comfort touches. The black interior complements the exterior perfectly, reinforcing the cohesive and timeless look of this example. Additional highlights include new tires mounted on aluminum wheels, ensuring the car not only looks right but is also ready for the road. The removable glass tops allow for versatile driving experiences, whether cruising enclosed or enjoying open-air motoring. The seller notes that there are no trades considered and that the car comes with a clean Maryland title, providing reassurance and a straightforward transaction. As offered, this 1979 Chevrolet Corvette represents a strong blend of classic C3 styling, upgraded performance, and desirable comfort features, making it an excellent choice for an enthusiast seeking a well-kept, powerful, and visually striking American sports car that is ready to be enjoyed immediately. Number 10. This 1973 Ford Mustang Coupe, offered at $6,200 and located in Christiansburg, Virginia, is presented as a solid, well-sorted driver that blends classic early 1970s Mustang styling with meaningful mechanical upgrades. The seller describes the car as running great and being driven often, reinforcing that this is not a dormant project but an actively enjoyed vehicle. Finished as a coupe, it represents a more understated and practical Mustang configuration from the era, while still delivering the unmistakable presence of Ford's iconic pony car. The overall tone of the listing suggests an honest car with known flaws disclosed up front, making it appealing to buyers who value transparency and real-world usability over show-only condition. Power comes from a 302 cubic inch V8 paired with an automatic transmission, along with power steering and power disc brakes, making the car easy and comfortable to drive. Although the car was originally equipped with air conditioning, the system was removed prior to the current ownership, a common modification that can be revisited by the next owner if desired. Fuel delivery has been updated from the gas tank to the carburetor, and the engine is equipped with an Edelbrock intake manifold and carburetor, contributing to smooth performance and improved drivability. The seller notes a small radiator leak that was recently discovered, but a new radiator has already been ordered and will be included with the car, with the option for installation if needed, indicating responsible ownership and proactive maintenance. One of the standout aspects of this Mustang is the recent investment in its braking, suspension, and rear-end components. The car has all new brakes and suspension, significantly improving ride quality, handling, and safety compared to tired original components. Out back, it features a rebuilt 9-inch rear end fitted with 3.50 gears and a Posey unit, a highly desirable setup that enhances both acceleration and traction. The seller states that receipts are available to document this work, adding credibility and value while giving the next owner confidence in the upgrades already completed. These mechanical improvements transform the car from a basic classic into a much more engaging and dependable driver. Condition-wise, the Mustang does have some small rust present in the trunk and floor areas, but the seller emphasizes that it is nothing major and that the car can easily be driven while addressing these issues over time. This positions the car as a true driver-quality classic rather than a fragile restoration candidate. With its strong-running V8, upgraded drivetrain components, and straightforward needs, this Mustang offers a balance of enjoyment and potential. Priced at $6,200 or best offer and sold with a new radiator included, this 1973 Ford Mustang Coupe represents an accessible entry into classic Mustang ownership for someone seeking a car that can be driven now, improved gradually, and enjoyed throughout the process. Number 11. This 1972 Chevrolet El Camino base, offered at $15,000 and located in Savage, Maryland, is presented as a mechanically refreshed classic that blends muscle-era attitude with everyday drivability and unmistakable El Camino character. As a base model El Camino, it retains the clean, straightforward styling that made these car-truck hybrids so versatile and popular, while still offering the strong presence associated with early 1970s Chevrolet design. The seller makes it clear that the car has received substantial recent investment, positioning it as a solid driver with many new components already addressed. Rather than being framed as a show-ready vehicle, this El Camino is offered honestly as a mechanically strong example that can be enjoyed immediately while cosmetic improvements are tackled over time. At the heart of this El Camino is a new 350 cubic inch V8 equipped with a mild camshaft, a combination that delivers improved performance and a strong, responsive driving feel without sacrificing street manners. The engine has approximately 4,200 miles on it, indicating that it is fully broken and yet still very fresh, offering peace of mind for the next owner. Power is routed through a turbo 350 automatic transmission to a 10-bolt rear end, a proven and durable drivetrain setup that is both easy to maintain and well supported by the aftermarket. This configuration makes the car well suited for cruising, light performance use, or regular weekend driving, reinforcing the seller's implication that the car is meant to be driven and enjoyed rather than parked. Inside, the El Camino is described as having a very nice interior, which is a significant plus for a vehicle of this vintage, as interior restoration can often be time-consuming and expensive. The comfortable and presentable cabin complements the upgraded drivetrain, making the car enjoyable for longer drives as well as casual local cruising. Mechanically, the seller notes that the power steering has a leak, a known issue that will need to be addressed, but this is disclosed transparently and does not detract from the overall usability of the vehicle. The emphasis on too many new parts to list suggests that ongoing maintenance and upgrades have been consistently performed, adding to the impression of a car that has been actively cared for rather than neglected. Cosmetically, the El Camino is acknowledged to need a paint job, with scratches, dents, and some rust bubbles visible in the current finish. This positions the car clearly as a driver-quality classic rather than a polished showpiece, giving the next owner the freedom to enjoy it as is or plan a repaint to their own standards and color preferences. The seller is firm on the $15,000 price and equally firm regarding trade terms, stating that any trade must be valued at the full asking price with no additional money added on either side. This direct and no-nonsense approach reflects confidence in the car's value given its fresh engine, solid drivetrain, and strong overall condition. For buyers seeking a 1972 Chevrolet El Camino with major mechanical work already completed and the opportunity to finish the cosmetics to taste, this example offers a compelling balance of usability, potential, and classic muscle-era appeal. Number 12. This 1956 Ford Fairlane Town sedan, offered at $8,800 and located in Spotsylvania, Virginia, is presented as a classic full-size Ford that has been thoughtfully upgraded for modern performance while retaining its unmistakable mid-1950s styling and presence. As a Fairlane Town sedan, it carries the iconic body lines, chrome accents, and solid proportions that define Ford's golden-era design, making it instantly recognizable and highly appealing to vintage car enthusiasts. The seller emphasizes that the car runs great and is both strong and quick, positioning it as an enthusiast-owned vehicle that has been built to be driven and enjoyed rather than merely displayed. With newer paint and a solid overall structure, this Fairlane stands out as a driver-focused classic with a compelling blend of old-school looks and modern mechanical capability. Under the hood, this Fairlane is powered by a 5.0-liter V8 engine sourced from a Mustang, paired with a 5-speed manual transmission, also from a Mustang. This drivetrain swap significantly transforms the driving experience, offering modern reliability, improved fuel delivery, and engaging performance compared to the original 1950s powertrain. The seller notes that the car runs really strong, reinforcing that the engine and transmission combination has been successfully integrated and sorted. Supporting upgrades include power steering for easier maneuverability and an aluminum radiator to ensure efficient cooling, particularly important for a V8, swapped classic intended for regular use. These enhancements make the car far more practical for today's roads while maintaining the character of a vintage Ford. Chassis and suspension improvements further support the Fairlane's performance-oriented setup. The entire front end has been completely rebuilt, suggesting renewed steering and suspension components that improve handling, ride quality, and overall safety. Traction bars have been added, indicating attention to managing the added power and improving rear-end stability under acceleration. The car rides on new wheels and tires, which not only refresh its appearance but also contribute to dependable road manners. These upgrades collectively suggest that the vehicle has been built with balance in mind, combining straight-line performance with drivability and control. Cosmetically, the Fairlane benefits from newer paint that enhances its classic profile, giving it a clean and attractive exterior presentation. Inside, the interior is described as being in good condition, though it could use some TLC, positioning it as a comfortable and usable cabin rather than a freshly restored show interior. Importantly, the floors and trunk are noted to be solid, a major advantage for a 1956 vehicle and a key factor in long-term ownership satisfaction. The seller mentions that there is too much to list in terms of work and features, underscoring the depth of effort invested into the car. Offered with some flexibility in price and potential interest in trades for a pre-1970 classic car or truck, this 1956 Ford Fairlane Town sedan represents a strong opportunity for someone seeking a distinctive vintage sedan with modern V8 power, manual transmission engagement, and the confidence to drive it hard and often. Number 13. This 1951 Pontiac Chieftain is an exceptionally honest, largely untouched example that still retains its factory character and presence, presenting as a true survivor that has been carefully preserved over the decades. The car remains all original and shows well for its age, with straight body lines and the unmistakable styling that defines early 1950s Pontiac design, including its iconic fins and substantial chrome trim. While the paint does show visible wear in specific areas, most notably on the passenger side rear door and the rear fins, it still tells the story of the car's history rather than hiding it, making this an excellent candidate for either sympathetic restoration or continued preservation. Mechanically, the Chieftain does run with some encouragement, and the original automatic transmission shifts smoothly, which is a strong testament to the durability of these early drivetrains. The car is not currently road-ready due to brake issues, but important progress has already been made to move it in the right direction. The front brakes have been replaced, the carburetor has been professionally rebuilt, and the fuel system is being addressed with a fuel tank replacement already underway. These updates significantly reduce the initial workload for the next owner and show that the car has not been neglected. Structurally, this Pontiac stands out where it matters most, as the frame is reported to be in surprisingly good condition, an important and often difficult to find quality in vehicles of this era. While the chrome is pitted, it remains complete and reparable, providing a solid foundation for restoration without the need to chase rare or missing trim pieces. The interior retains its original feel and contributes to the overall authenticity of the car, making it an appealing option for collectors who value originality over restoration. There are still tasks remaining to bring the Chieftain fully back to the road, including rear brake replacement, radiator replacement, a full tune-up, and a new set of tires. Once completed, the seller expects the car to be road-ready in the near term, offering the next owner the opportunity to finish the final steps and enjoy a classic early 1950s American sedan with strong bones and undeniable character. Located in Ruckersville, Virginia, this 1951 Pontiac Chieftain represents a solid, restorable classic with much of the hard work already started and tremendous potential moving forward. Number 14. This 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 is a well-preserved and tastefully maintained early 60s classic that offers a rare blend of originality, drivability, and honest character. Powered by its correct 221 cubic inch V8, the car is believed to have approximately 61,000 original miles and comes with a clean North Carolina title in hand. The seller acquired the vehicle through a trade directly from the family who originally purchased it new, adding an appealing provenance that underscores its largely unmolested history and careful long-term ownership. Cosmetically, the Fairlane presents very well overall and retains much of its original charm. The car was repainted sometime in the late 1980s or early 1990s in a light blue finish, while the factory Ming green paint is still visible in the door jambs, confirming its original color and authenticity. The repaint is driver quality, with some visible runs and waves that reflect its age rather than recent poor workmanship. These imperfections do not detract from the car's presence and instead make it an ideal candidate for someone who wants a classic they can enjoy without worrying about perfection. Mechanically, this Fairlane is in solid running condition and is actively driven. It runs, drives, and stops well, and the seller notes taking it to work as well as to cars and coffee events on occasion. While it may need a few small items addressed to be considered 100% sorted, it has proven itself to be a dependable and enjoyable driver. Sensible updates have already been completed, including replacement of the radiator and battery tray, along with a conversion from the original generator setup to a more reliable GM one-wire alternator for improved charging and ease of ownership. Structurally, the car is reported to be very solid for its age, with only minor pitting noted in the lower radiator support and some surface rust present in the trunk area. These are common and manageable issues for a vehicle of this vintage and do not appear to compromise the overall integrity of the car. Located in Waxhaw, North Carolina, this 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 represents an excellent opportunity to own a classic early 60s Ford that is already roadworthy, retains its originality, and can be driven and enjoyed immediately, with trades for other classics or older Toyotas also being considered. Number 15. This 1972 Chevrolet Corvette convertible, offered at $36,999 and located in Madisonville, Texas, is presented as a ready-to-enjoy classic that blends iconic styling with dependable drivability. Powered by a 350 cubic inch V8 paired with a desirable 4-speed manual transmission, this Corvette delivers the engaging, hands-on driving experience that enthusiasts expect from an early 1970s C3. The seller describes it as a true, get-in-and-go driver, emphasizing that this is not a car needing sorting or immediate attention, but one that is already set up to be driven and enjoyed without hesitation. Visually, the car presents very well, with paint that is noted to shine nicely and gives the Corvette strong curb appeal. The overall appearance suggests a well-maintained example that has been cared for as a driver rather than an over-polished showpiece, striking a balance that many buyers prefer. As a convertible, it offers the classic open-top Corvette experience, and it also includes a removable hard top, adding versatility for different weather conditions or for owners who appreciate the coupe-like look when desired. The body lines and stance of the C3 remain timeless, and this example appears to represent the era well. From a mechanical and driving standpoint, this Corvette is described as capable of being driven anywhere, reinforcing the idea that it is reliable and road-ready. One notable upgrade is the presence of 4-wheel disc brakes, a significant advantage for safety and stopping performance compared to earlier brake setups. This feature makes the car more confidence-inspiring in modern traffic and aligns with the seller's claim that it can be comfortably driven rather than just trailered or stored. Overall, this 1972 Corvette convertible is positioned as an honest, usable classic that offers strong performance, attractive presentation, and practical upgrades, all while retaining the character that makes these cars so desirable. With its 350 V8, 4-speed manual, removable hard top, and solid road manners, it appeals to buyers who want a classic Corvette they can actively drive and enjoy on a regular basis. Located in Madisonville, Texas, This example represents an opportunity to own a C3 Corvette that emphasizes enjoyment and usability without sacrificing the visual and mechanical appeal that define the model. Number 16. This 1952 Dodge Diplomat, offered at $24,400 and located in Youngstown, Ohio, is presented as an exceptionally rare and beautifully preserved example of early 1950s American automotive design, showing just over 66,401 original miles. Often referred to as a hardtop convertible, this two-door hardtop features a roofline that closely mimics the open and airy look of a true convertible, giving it a far more sporting and upscale appearance than typical coupes of the era. Its rarity is underscored by the fact that comparable models are scarcely documented, with references noting that vehicles of this configuration are not even commonly listed in standard classic car price guides due to how few survive. This Diplomat stands out not only for its scarcity but also for its remarkably intact and well-preserved overall presentation. Finished in a striking ivory and steel blue two-tone color combination, the exterior reflects the stylistic trends of the early 1950s, when tasteful contrast paint schemes defined luxury and elegance. Unlike later single-color restorations, this era-correct finish highlights the flowing body lines and chrome accents that made Dodge a strong competitor in the post-war market. The paint is described as newer while remaining faithful to the original design, and it is complemented by radial tires fitted with factory-style hubcaps, maintaining a correct vintage appearance without sacrificing drivability. The overall exterior impression is one of careful preservation and respectful restoration, rather than over-modernization. Powering this Diplomat is a 230 cubic inch flathead inline six-cylinder engine rated at 103 horsepower, paired with a desirable gyromatic fluid drive transmission. This drivetrain combination delivers smooth, period-correct operation and represents Dodge engineering at its best during the early 50s. The car benefits from recent mechanical attention, including new brakes, a new exhaust system, and refreshed ignition components such as points and condenser, ensuring reliable operation while retaining originality. The fluid drive system adds a unique and engaging driving experience that sets this car apart from more conventional manual transmissions of the time. What truly elevates this Dodge Diplomat is the exceptional level of originality retained throughout the interior and supporting components. The car still features its original carpets, floor mats, trunk mats, headliner, spare tire, and jack, along with original literature, all of which are seldom found intact after more than 7 decades. Factory amenities such as the radio, clock, heater and defroster, and reverse lights further enhance its authenticity and usability. Taken as a whole, this Diplomat represents an absolutely beautiful, era-correct restoration and preservation of a seldom-seen Dodge hardtop, making it a standout opportunity for collectors seeking a high-quality, historically significant early 1950s American classic with originality, rarity, and presence that is increasingly difficult to find. Number 17. This 1968 Chevrolet Camaro RS convertible, offered at $59,900 and located in Rome City, Indiana, is presented as an outstanding example of a factory-original rally sport convertible that has benefited from an extensive and high-quality restoration. As a real RS car, this Camaro carries the desirable factory styling cues that define the rally sport package, including its distinctive trim and upscale appearance, making it far more collectible than standard models. The seller emphasizes that this is not a clone or tribute, but an authentic RS convertible, which significantly enhances its long-term value and appeal to serious collectors. The overall presentation suggests a car that was restored with attention to correctness, drivability, and visual impact, resulting in a classic that is equally suited for shows, cruising, or extended road use. Under the hood sits its numbers-matching 327 cubic inch V8 engine, a highly respected small-block Chevrolet power plant known for its balance of performance and reliability. The engine has been thoughtfully upgraded with fuel injection, providing improved cold starts, smoother throttle response, and more consistent performance compared to the original carbureted setup, while still preserving the character of the classic V8. Power is delivered through a turbo 350 automatic transmission, a proven and durable unit that complements the engine well and makes the car easy and enjoyable to drive in modern traffic. The seller notes that this Camaro can be driven anywhere, reinforcing that it is not merely a trailer-only showpiece but a fully sorted and road-ready convertible. The exterior is finished in a beautiful and carefully chosen color combination that highlights the iconic lines of the first-generation Camaro, especially striking in convertible form. The paintwork presents extremely well and reflects the level of care taken during the restoration, giving the car a crisp, clean appearance that draws attention without appearing overdone. Matching this is a factory blue deluxe interior, which elevates the cabin beyond standard trim levels with upgraded materials and detailing. The interior is described as factory deluxe, suggesting correct finishes, patterns, and appointments that align with how the car would have been delivered when new, while still feeling fresh and inviting. Taken as a whole, this 1968 Camaro RS convertible represents a rare blend of authenticity, tasteful upgrades, and real-world usability. The combination of a genuine RS convertible body, a numbers-matching engine enhanced with modern fuel injection, and a high-quality restoration places this car in a desirable niche within the muscle car market. It offers the look, sound, and presence enthusiasts expect from a late 1960s Chevrolet icon, while also providing the confidence to enjoy it on long drives or frequent outings. For buyers seeking a first-generation Camaro convertible that is both investment-worthy and genuinely enjoyable to own and drive, this example stands out as a well-executed and highly appealing offering. Number 18. This 1965 Oldsmobile 98 Holiday Sports Coupe, offered at $17,999 and located in Richland, Washington, is presented as a highly documented and historically significant full-size Oldsmobile with a remarkable ownership story and long-term preservation. One of only 12,166 holiday sports coupes produced for the 1965 model year, this example was assembled in Lansing, Michigan during the third week of June 1965. It was originally purchased new on September 16, 1965 from Gus Paulo's Auto in West Valley, Utah, by the seller's aunt and uncle, making it a true family-owned car from new. The vehicle spent its entire life garaged, a key factor in its overall condition, and remained in the same family until the seller took ownership in the fall of 2000 following the passing of the original owner. From that point forward, it continued to be carefully stored indoors, preserving its structure and character over decades of limited use. The exterior reflects both its age and its history, as the car was involved in a rear-end collision in late 1968 or early 1969. Following that incident, much of the car was repainted, and while the finish still presents well overall, the seller is transparent in noting that there are visible flaws in the repair work and paint quality from that period. These imperfections serve as honest reminders of the car's real-world life, rather than detracting from its authenticity. The body retains its classic long, low Oldsmobile proportions, and as a holiday sports coupe, it benefits from the desirable hardtop styling with its wide glass area and pillarless side profile. Despite the cosmetic shortcomings, the car remains a strong and complete driver-quality classic with substantial presence and originality. Under the hood sits Oldsmobile's legendary 425 cubic-inch Super Rocket V8, rated at 360 horsepower and featuring a 10.25:1 compression ratio. This was one of the most powerful and refined big-block engines available in 1965, delivering effortless torque and smooth acceleration that perfectly matched the 98's luxury performance mission. Power is sent through a turbo-hydromatic automatic transmission, providing reliable and comfortable cruising that still feels appropriate for modern roads. This drivetrain combination represents the pinnacle of Oldsmobile engineering during the mid-1960s, blending brute strength with refined drivability, and remains a major draw for collectors and enthusiasts of the brand. Inside, the interior has been reupholstered and is described as being in great shape, offering a clean and comfortable cabin that contrasts nicely with the car's exterior age. The seating, trim, and overall presentation maintain the upscale feel expected from Oldsmobile's flagship model, making it an enjoyable place to spend time whether cruising locally or attending classic car events. This 1965 Oldsmobile 98 Holiday stands as a rare opportunity to own a documented, family-owned luxury performance coupe with a known history, desirable specifications, and long-term garage storage. It offers a compelling blend of originality, power, and story, making it an appealing choice for collectors seeking a distinctive full-size American classic that has been preserved rather than over-restored. Number 19. This 1967 Chevrolet Nova SS, offered at $78,500 and located in Durham, North Carolina, is presented as a true investment-grade example of one of the most desirable muscle cars of the era. This is a genuine super sport with the correct 118 VIN, confirming it as a real-deal factory SS rather than a clone or tribute. Finished in its striking butternut yellow exterior, this Nova carries a reported 96,747 miles and is positioned by the seller as a blue-chip collectible rather than simply a weekend driver. It was originally sold new at Ray Brandt Chevrolet in Dayton, Ohio, and today it is offered through Greg's Classic Automotive, reinforcing its credibility and collector-focused presentation. At the heart of this Nova SS is a 327 cubic inch V8 engine paired with a manual transmission, delivering the kind of authentic muscle car driving experience that made these cars legendary. The combination of a high-revving small-block Chevrolet and a 4-speed manual gearbox is exactly what enthusiasts look for when seeking a true 1960s performance machine. This setup not only provides strong performance but also preserves the character and engagement that define the super sport models. The car is described as far more than a nice driver, suggesting it performs as it should while maintaining the mechanical integrity expected at this level of the market. What truly sets this 1967 Nova SS apart is its exceptional documentation and provenance. Included with the car are the original window sticker, the Protecto plate, and copies of the original title, an extremely rare collection of paperwork that substantiates its history and originality. This level of documentation is highly sought after by serious collectors, as it verifies the car's factory configuration, original sale, and chain of ownership. The presence of these original documents elevates the car into a different category, making it especially appealing to buyers who prioritize authenticity, traceability, and long-term investment potential. Overall, this Nova SS represents a rare opportunity to acquire a fully documented, correctly identified super sport that checks all the right boxes for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Its real 118 VIN status, desirable drivetrain, iconic color, and extensive original paperwork combine to create a package that is increasingly difficult to find in today's market. Located in Durham, North Carolina, and offered as an investment-grade classic, this 1967 Chevrolet Nova SS stands as a prime example of why top-tier muscle cars continue to command strong values and remain highly coveted among knowledgeable buyers. Number 20. This 1953 Mercury two-door hardtop, offered at $1,900 and located in Galena, Maryland, is presented as an affordable entry into a classic custom-era project with solid bones and distinctive style. The seller states that the car was purchased in its current condition and represents a largely complete vehicle that is straight overall, making it a suitable foundation for further restoration or customization. As a two-door hardtop, it carries the desirable pillarless roofline that was especially popular in the early 1950s and remains highly sought after today, particularly among custom car enthusiasts and traditional hot rod builders. Mechanically, the car is described as a project that will require additional attention before it can be made roadworthy. The seller notes that the engine was started once, but the starter subsequently jammed. In response, the original starter was removed and replaced with a rebuilt 12-volt starter, which is included with the car but has not yet been installed. This suggests that the next owner already has a key component needed to continue the mechanical revival process. While the car is not currently running and driving, it does not appear to be locked up or missing major drivetrain components, leaving room for straightforward troubleshooting and recommissioning. All of the custom work visible on the vehicle was completed by a prior owner, giving the Mercury a unique character that sets it apart from stock examples. These early custom touches reflect a period-correct approach that many builders appreciate, whether the goal is to preserve the existing look or refine it further. Importantly, the car is described as basically straight and complete, and the seller confirms that the hood and both bumpers are included with the sale. Having these major body components present is a significant advantage, as sourcing original Mercury trim and panels from this era can be both difficult and expensive. Overall, This 1953 Mercury hardtop represents a low-cost opportunity for someone looking to take on a classic project with strong visual appeal and solid fundamentals. Its combination of a desirable body style, existing custom work, included spare parts, and reasonable asking price makes it appealing to builders who understand the value of starting with a complete car. Located in Galena, Maryland, this Mercury is best suited for an enthusiast who is prepared to put in the necessary work to bring it back to life, whether as a traditional custom, a mild cruiser, or a long-term restoration project. Thank you for watching this video featuring 20 cheap classic cars for sale from the marketplace. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Cheap Classic Cars for more great finds. And if you know someone who loves classic cars as much as you do, be sure to share this video with them too. See you in the next one.